Hi friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Megan and this is kind of my space to talk about knitting and anything fiber arts, slow fashion, all of that stuff. So yeah, this is episode 2 of my knitting podcast, and I thought we'd start off by talking about a finished object that I just recently finished and am absolutely obsessed with, as well as my whips. And I've got them right here, and then some acquisitions, as well as I would like to introduce my no-buy year and what that looks like for me and kind of what my rules are around it for myself, and maybe just a little chit chat about some consumption and all that stuff. So yeah, if you would like to like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. You would be helping out my channel and supporting me, which I'm very grateful for. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, we're going to talk about my Hanni cardigan. I just finished this, I guess like a week ago, almost? Just over a week ago. I think I finished it on Monday. And it is currently Sunday. So this is her. She is gorgeous. I'm obsessed. Yeah, I honestly, this worked out so much better than I ever thought it could, to be perfectly honest. It's my very first cardigan and it was a great project to do. I found the instructions from Knitters and Friends to be very good. It was very thorough. The only time I think I really had an issue was with the button band. I'd never done like double knitting properly before, so this was definitely a first. But it worked out in my favor, and it's actually so easy once you actually learn how to do it. It's kind of seems intimidating, but there is a really great tutorial here on YouTube by handmade by Florence, and she does a great tutorial, and it made this process a lot better. So yeah, anyway, my Hanni cardigan, I'm obsessed with her. I think I've worn her almost every single day. This was knit up with Rerum Natura Gilliat, and it was in the color Genet, and she's gorgeous. She's not itchy at all. Yeah, the way she blocked out, it's very soft, but still definitely feels like wool. If you are really sensitive to wool, it may not work for you. I'm not sure. My mom's pretty sensitive, so I'll have to get her to try it on and see what she thinks. But yeah. The buttons, unfortunately, I did have to get from Amazon, but I could not find anywhere the buttons I was looking for, so that's just how it went, because I was set on having these cream big buttons. They're 25mm, I think, and then I did the stitching in like a very beautiful blue. Yeah. That's my Hanni cardigan. Obsessed. She's perfect. I think she's the first object I have, or garment that I've made, that I think I will get the most wear out of. My other 2 sweaters I have made, the first one I dislike the yarn very much. It was a self-striping yarn and it just turned out to be super weird. I love the sweater. It's a cloud sweater, but I dislike the yarn. And then the second one is a Olga sweater, and she's just like really bright and colorful, and so she's not going to be like worn as much as something like this that I could kind of wear with anything. And the color on me is perfect, I have to say. So yeah, that's my Hanni cardigan. We're gonna go in order of like not finished to most finished, but these are kind of at the same point. But this one's a little less finished. So this is my newest cloud sweater. She is knit up in Sadnes Garn in Peer Gynt. I don't know the color, but it's just a really marled gray, light gray. I'm not like a super big fan of this yarn, I've realized. It's the first time I've used it. It's quite itchy. I have heard that the solid colors are actually a lot softer, so if you are more sensitive, maybe do that. I've also heard that when this blocks out, it again is a lot softer, so here's hoping. Not that I don't mind like a wool, it's just, I don't know, it's got all these hairs, so it's just a bit, yeah. I'm not a big fan, but I love a cloud sweater, and I needed like a light gray one in my closet. It was something that was missing, so I'm excited about that. Next up is the V-neck Lakes pullover by Ozetta, and she's gorgeous. I am obsessed. I have loved this construction. It's a saddle shoulder construction, and Ozetta's like writing of how she writes her patterns is great. It's been very thorough, and I really enjoyed having the little graphics as well, and it's just been super easy to follow, to be honest. I would definitely suggest this pattern to anyone. I know the Lakes pullover, like the crew neck, is very, very popular, but I really wanted a V-neck, and I also am trying to dupe, I'll put a picture here, it's of the Gap sweater I have, and I would like to make a version in brown. So this is me trying to dupe that slash make it a little bit more like boxy, oversized. I am knitting in a size medium, as well as I am trying to knit very loosely for this. I think I am a little bit more of a looser knitter now. I used to be a very tight knitter, and I'm just, yeah, I'm making it a little bit bigger than I would normally make a garment. She's large, but I love her. Yeah, I'm very excited. She also will become a project vlog, so I am working on that on the side as well. So the next up is a gauge swatch. I'm not even done it, to be perfectly honest with you guys, but I am craving something mohair. I don't know why. Something has come over me. I'm just obsessed, and I wanted a striped mohair, something. And all of a sudden I'm looking on Instagram and Petit Knit is coming out with the Frankie blouse. So, and it is knit up in a mohair. So I got myself some mohair, and I am knitting. I wish you could see. Maybe I'll come closer. She's so soft. I am using Rerum Natura Berenice. I'm using it in the color Genet, as well as the color Petit Matin. These two together, I'm obsessed. They're so beautiful, and I really love this color with like a light blue. I don't know, I just thought this would be so cute. I am making a modification to the Frankie blouse. I will be making it as a t-shirt, not as a long sleeve. I really want like a cap sleeve mohair, like funnel kind of neck t-shirt, stripes, with like a really cute bralette underneath. I just think it would be so beautiful, and I'm quite covered in tattoos, so I think it would look really pretty, like the mohair with your tattoos peeking through. So yeah, I am so excited about this. They have not released the pattern yet, and I am still contemplating doing the cloud blouse by Petit Knit and making it into the t-shirt. I don't have the t-shirt pattern, but I have the long sleeve, and I'm thinking I could just modify where I need to. So that's where we're at with this, but I'm very excited about this, and I love the colors, and she's so soft. Okay, now on to acquisitions. Firstly is this guy right here. This is the Rerum Natura in Berenice, or that's the yarn it is. I already had this one, so I needed this obviously to make my blouse. So yeah, these two, I just got a few extra of these as well. And then I also picked up this Knitting for Olive, and this is Poppy Blue. She's so pretty. I have to say, this is substantially softer than the Knitting for Olive mohair, but I think I'm gonna do blouse number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear in this guy here. And then I wanted to talk about these knitting needles that I have on currently. These are, I think it's called Chow Goo. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Anyway, I got the shorties for when I was doing the sleeves of my Hanni cardigan in the Chow Goo shorties, and I'm never going back, to be honest. I mean, shorties are great in all respect. Any shorty for a sleeve for sure, but these specific needles, I don't know, it's something about them. Your yarn slips so nicely, and the noise I just love. I don't know. Anyway, these knitting needles, highly suggest. They are an investment, but they are worth it. I'm slowly building my collection. But yeah, I'm very excited. I love these knitting needles. I will slowly get each size that I need as I need them. Okay, lastly, I want to talk a little bit about my no-buy year. So I've started a no-buy year. I've kind of not been shopping at all. I actually haven't bought clothes in about 6 months. But I wanted to like really start a no-buy year this year for 2026. And I have a couple rules around it. Firstly, I'm allowed to thrift clothing. Now, this being said, I can only go maybe once every few months. That's kind of my rule. I can thrift other things, that's fine, but I really don't need to add clothes into my wardrobe unless there is a space for them. Meaning, I don't know, I've really been thinking about a gray sweater for 5 months, you know, then maybe I could just make one. If I can't make one, I can't make the one I want, I have a vision in my mind, then I can go look for it, thrifting. But I'm really just trying not to shop. I feel like we just consume, and I have spoken about this before on my TikTok, but yeah, we don't need all these things that we think we need. So yeah, my no-buy year. I'm going on a tangent, but yeah, so I'm allowed to thrift once, maybe twice every couple months. Again, trying not to purchase many clothes, but if I am going to, it will be through thrifting. My other rule is underwear, bras, fine, I can purchase those new if I need them. And then my last rule is I would like to make all of my clothes this year. If possible, I would like to do that. From pants, skirts, shorts, tops, dresses, sweaters, tank tops, all of it. I would love to make my wardrobe and to sell a lot of my wardrobe and then have honestly almost a fully handmade wardrobe. I know that doesn't really have anything to do with no buy, but that's just kind of like something I really would like to do. And making everything in like natural fibers, so not adding to the plastic of the world. Like, I don't really need to be buying anything polyester. You can purchase cotton and linens and wools, wool blends, and make your own clothes and not be contributing to the microplastics. So that's kind of my goal this year for myself. And only making things that I really need or really want. Like, of course, if I'm really inspired and I want to make this thing and I already have it, like, that's okay. But I'm just trying to be very conscious of what I do bring into my life, clothing wise. So that's kind of that with the no buy year. I could ramble on about consumption for a very long time. I feel very passionate about it now. But yeah, that's probably all I'm going to talk about today. But let me know what you guys want to see next week, because I will be filming that one in the next couple days. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Stay happy and cozy and enjoy some knitting time if you get around to it, or sewing, or whatever makes you happy. So yeah, have a good one. See you next time. Bye.